Make sure you're all buckled in. If everyone has their seatbelts on, can you raise your hands for me like this? All right. And wave them all around. Woohoo! That's the spirit. Watch your arms and legs, everyone. We're about to begin. All clear. All right, everyone, our great adventure will now begin. Welcome to Six Flags Great Adventure, everyone, and welcome to our safari. My name is Calvin, but you can call me CreatureCal. And say hi to our driver today. His name is Rick. Say hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
All right, everyone. Before we begin, we gotta go over a few quick safety rules. So first off, please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. New Jersey has a very strict rule about touching animals. It can result in a $5,000 fine or more. Please keep your hands inside the vehicle. Please don't get up from your seats at all. Make sure your seatbelts are on. You won't be able to switch seats during our safari. So I hope you picked your favorite seat. Also, food isn't allowed, but drinks are allowed, and we need to make sure you're well hydrated for our safari. Be careful of your phones. Feel free to take as many pictures and videos as you want to, but be careful of your belongings. If you drop those, we won't be able to stop the tour in order to get them. We'd have to get them afterwards, during which that time a rhino could step on it or a baboon could steal something. So just be careful, everyone. All right, for our first stop, we're going to the American Plains. Here we're going to be seeing animals from North and South America. Let's see what we can find today. Whoop. Coming up on the left and the right side, we have some rhea. Rhea are from South America. These birds are from a group known as ratites. Ratites are a group of large flightless birds that includes ostriches, emus, cassowaries, and kiwis. Though I'm pretty sure kiwis are a fruit though, right? All right, here are our rheas. So males have a ring of black feathers around the base of their neck. Females do not. That's how we tell them apart. Now you may see a lot of Canada geese around our park as well. These guys do not come with the park of their wild animals that came in here and they were like, oh, there's free food here, we'll never leave. Because they're protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, we can't do anything about them. Also, they have squawkers' rights. Fun fact, Canada geese are not named after Canada. They're found everywhere in North America. They're named after John Canada, the researcher who discovered them. Now here's some guys we want to see. Coming up on the left-hand side, we have some Roosevelt elk. These guys are named after Theodore Roosevelt, the father of conservation and our president who set up most of our national parks. So I guess you could say he's our dearest president. All of our males, all of our boys, they have large antlers on them. Antlers will shed annually, fall off every year, and then grow back. You may notice that some of them are a little bit fuzzy right now. That is known as velvet. Velvet grows on the elk's antlers as they grow. It's a bunch of skin, tissue, and hair. There's blood vessels underneath that velvet that transfer nutrients to the antlers, helping them grow. Eventually, that'll get pretty itchy, and you're going to try and rub that velvet off on the trees. That's why we put the caging up in order to protect our trees. Up on the right-hand side, you can see some of our llamas in the shade. Llamas are from South America, and these guys have an interesting way of defending themselves against predators. When they see danger, they'll spit 20 feet away in order to protect themselves. And it's not just spit, they spit up their own stomach acid. Oh, deer crossing. Roosevelt elk are some of the largest members of the deer family. Here we have them passing by right now. You may notice some of them are looking a little bit shaggy. These guys had much thicker coats during the winter, but now that's summer, now it's getting hot, they're trying to get all of that hair off. Helps them cool down. Hey there. Oh dear, we're having some traffic today, everyone. Oh boy. If you thought the elk were a big traffic problem, look what's coming up ahead. Meet the largest land animal in North America, everyone, the American bison. These guys, there used to be tens of millions of bison in America, many years ago, but due to westward expansion, due to the railway expansion, many settlers wiped these guys out to only a few hundred. They were almost extinct. But thanks to our government, which passed laws to protect them, now there are 530,000 bison alive today. These guys have had quite a big comeback. Holy cow, these guys are big. Quite literally, these guys are a member of the bovine family. A full-grown bison can weigh up to 2,200 pounds. I'm just looking at our bull over here. I can tell which ones are the girls and which ones are the boys because the males have very large foreheads. The males use their large heads to headbutt one another and see who's stronger, testing their strength. You may see some of their coats are a little bit shaggy, so that's because, well, like the elk, so they shed those coats during the summer and warmer months to cool off. During the winter, they're much thicker, and their hair actually will capture snow, and snow will build on top of them, acting as extra insulation. Well, you may be able to see some of our bison calves, our baby bison, along with their mothers with us. They have rusty orange-colored hair. There they are. We got two of them right here. You see them, everyone? So when traveling as a herd, they always keep the calves at the center. That's how they protect them. Someday they're going to grow up big and strong, just like their moms and dads. So unlike the elk, bison have horns. We're able to tell they're horns because they have a bony core and they're permanent. If a bison horn breaks off, it won't grow back. Fun fact about these trucks, everyone, these trucks are actually repurposed military vehicles. Attention soldiers, we're on safari right now. You may be able to see some more rhea coming up on the right-hand side. Some rhea can run at speeds of 30 miles per hour. They can probably outrun the truck if they wanted to. A lot of people often mistake them for ostriches, but there are many key differences. First off, rheas are only half the size of an ostrich. Ostriches are way bigger. Also, rhea have 3 toes on their feet. Ostriches only have 2. And keep a lookout. Some of our rhea have been setting up nests around the park. If we're lucky, we may be able to see some nests or even some eggs. Some rhea will actually lay a clutch of 20 to 30 eggs. After that, the mom's job is done. She's gone after that. And after she lays the eggs, the dad will actually take over and sit on the eggs and take care of the young. So shout out to all you dads out there. That would be just like the rhea. Sorry, Mom. Can anyone tell me if that's a male or a female? It's a male because it has the dark black ring around the base of its neck. The girls don't have it. Rhea are omnivores, so they're searching around for either plants, seeds, or small animals that they may find in the grass. Oh, and if you look over on the right over here, you may be able to see one of our rhea eggs. There it is, in the dirt over there. We have a couple more rhea coming up on the left-hand side. These guys are some very big birds. And soon we're going to see some even bigger birds coming up next. All right, everyone, we now exit North America, and now we're all the way in Africa. We didn't even need to get a plane ticket. Isn't that great? So convenient. It's just 5 minutes away. In Swahili, safari means adventure. That's certainly what we're going to be continuing to do today. So before we saw the rhea, now we're going to see their larger cousin. Does anyone know who that is? The ostrich. That's right. And I can actually see one of our ostriches coming up ahead. Do any of you know if this is a male or a female ostrich? feathers. Males will have dark black feathers. If you look, you can even see some of our eggs over there. Look at how big they are. Well, we now move from the largest bird in the world to the largest land animal on the planet, coming up on the left-hand side. Say hi to our African elephants, everyone. African elephants are the largest land animal on the planet. They can weigh up to 7 tons or more. They probably weigh more than the truck with all of us on it. So these are African elephants. We can tell because they have much larger ears. Asian elephants have much smaller ears. Want to know something cool about an elephant's ears, everyone? When an elephant flaps its ears, it cools the blood traveling through its ears. When that blood circulates throughout the rest of its body, it ends up cooling down its entire body temperature. I guess you could call them ear conditioners. An elephant's nose is called its trunk, but I'm sure everyone knows about that already. What you may not know is that its trunk has 100,000 individual muscles in it. That's more muscles than we have in our entire body. We only have 600. Dear Mother Nature. So in their environment, elephants are known as a keystone species. That means that they're very important to their environment. What elephants do, they use their tusks to dig up holes in the ground when searching for water. When they leave those holes behind, they end up keeping that water there and other animals can use them. They also knock down trees, making space for more grasslands so more animals have more grazing space. So if elephants were gone, there would be less watering holes for animals to use and less grasslands for animals to feed on. And that could be a very real threat, as elephants are a vulnerable species threatened due to ivory poaching. They're poached for their ivory tusks. And if that continues, there won't be any more elephants left in our world. So they're a pretty big deal, no pun intended. Coming up on the right-hand side is our watering hole. So this is the type of environment that elephants can create for other animals. Here we're going to see a lot of our livestock. Coming up is our white rhinoceros. We have a trio over here. A group of rhinos is also called a crack. That's probably because they're in charge around here. Get it? Charging. So a rhino's horn is made of keratin, the same stuff your hair and fingernails are made out of. Imagine the pedigree these guys would get. A rhino's horn is used to defend itself. However, it's also its greatest threat, as poachers go after rhinos. They believe that they can sell those horns for money, and some people believe that rhino horns can be used as medicine. The truth is, rhino horns cannot be used as medicine, so these guys are just going to waste. We cannot let that happen anymore, and that's why we need to protect rhinos. Here we have a few more ostriches scouting with grain. Just like the Rhea, these guys can run at speeds of 30 miles per hour. Coming up on the right-hand side, we have a small herd of Asian water buffalo. These guys are in the African section because they require the most amount of water out of any animal we have here in the park. And we have a lot of watering holes here, so it's a perfect environment for them. Asian water buffalo have a special thing in their leg called a fetlock. That helps them make their legs more flexible and prevents them from tripping and walking through thick mud. We also have our herd of zebras here. A group of zebras is also called a dazzle, and that's because they use their stripes to confuse and dazzle predators. When zebras blend together as a group, they blend into each other, making it hard for predators to pick out one from the other. Fun fact about zebras, they're more closely related to donkeys than they are horses. So I guess you could say they're not horsing around. Does anyone know if zebras are black with white stripes or white with black stripes? It's a 50-50 chance, everyone.
They're white with black stripes.
Incorrect. They're actually black with white stripes. And you see, you're able to tell because their muzzle, their nose, that doesn't have any hair on it, and it's black. That's how we're able to tell. And here's one of our guard ostriches keeping a lookout at our gates. Run! Run!
What was that?
Oftentimes the female ostrich will run for the male, and the male has to follow her. It's how they display for each other. They don't make things easy around here. Ostriches like to play hard to get. Welcome to the wild plains, everyone, and here Over on the left-hand side, running over to the left, these are our African Bongos. They're on the left side over here, everyone. These guys are actually very rare and very hard to find in the wild. They're often known as the ghosts of the forest. So we're really lucky to see these guys out right now. Scientists have to use night vision goggles going out between dusk and dawn just to get a glimpse of these guys. Those stripes are used for camouflage. They actually go to caves and rocks looking for salt licks, places where they can find minerals to eat. Over on the left, you can see some of our ostriches nesting. You may be able to see some of their eggs. Fun fact about female ostriches, the mothers will actually babysit for one another, taking care of other ostriches' eggs. And they quite literally babysit as they sit on the eggs. Let's see who else we can find out here. On the right-hand side, we have some common elands, some of the largest antelopes in the world. They can be 6 feet high at the shoulder. They can jump 8 feet high in the air. They can probably jump on the truck if they wanted to. Here, can speed up the truck. Sorry guys, we're full today. Coming up on the left-hand side and crossing the road right now are some of our Bison oryxes. These guys have gray tan-colored coats and 3 to 4 long horns. Cool fact about these guys, they can actually raise their body temperature to 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Dear Mother Nature. They do that to match the body temperature of their surrounding area. By doing that, they don't have to sweat. That's how they conserve water. Another way they conserve water is by eating fruits and bulbs, plants that may have water in them. That's also known as metabolic water. Isn't that cool? On the far left, coming up on the left, on our ranch over there, there's some of our red and woolly cattle, also known as the Watutsi cattle, named after the first tribe in Africa that domesticated them. These guys require a lot of space and food, and that may actually be a problem for a lot of native animals in Africa, as they are a source of competition for resources. On the right-hand side, we have some Olympus water bugs, named after the elliptical shape on their rear end. It kind of looks like they sat on a toilet seat with white paint on it. These guys produce a fluid from their sweat glands that's very smelly to predators, but the ladies love it. It also acts as a waterproof coating for their hair. And up on the right-hand side, we have the tallest land animal in the world, the reticulated giraffe. These guys can be 18 feet tall. We have a bull over here who's 20 feet tall. He's taking it a step up, literally. He's lying down right now. Guess what? Even though they have long necks, they actually have the same amount of neck vertebrae that we do. 7. Isn't that cool? Behind our giraffes are some of our scimitar horned oryx. Those guys were actually extinct in the wild at one point. There was a point where they could not be found in the wild. Thanks to a breeding effort in Chad, one of the countries in Africa, they were actually bred back to 90 individuals, and then those were released to the wild. Now there's 160 individuals in the wild. These guys have had a good comeback story. Not extinct, not extinct, still endangered, but not extinct. That goes to show that we do have the power to save species from extinction. And if you want to help save a species from extinction, we're actually doing a special event right now called Save the Icon. We're actually, see this pin I have on my hat? We're giving away pins at our gift shop for $5 each, and the proceeds will go towards the scimitar horned oryx, and it will go towards the Wildlife Conservation Network. So if you guys want to help save some of our species, make sure to stop by our gift shop on the way out and get yourself a Save the Icon pin to get your point across. Get it? Because the scimitar horned oryx has horns, they're pointy. Alright everyone, coming up out here, we're doing some construction around here. This is going to be for our Savannah Resort and Spa. You'll be able to stay in these tents overnight for 2 nights. You'll get free passes to the rest of the park. You'll wake up in the morning, the animals will say hello to you, good morning. You'll be able to do special feeding opportunities with some of our animals, like our giraffes. We're going to have special African-themed spa treatments here, and we're even going to be opening up a Starbucks. That's right, I've shown you the Olympus water bug and the Blackbucks, and now we're getting a Starbucks. We're still doing construction. We're actually going to be opening this up later this June, so keep a lookout. Later this June, we're going to open this place up, and you'll be able to stay here overnight. I'm really excited for the place. I can't wait to see you all there. We now leave the wild plains, and we're now entering our Serengeti grasslands. Here we have some more ostriches on the left-hand side. More ostriches coming up is our species of antelope from the Sahara Desert, and these guys actually inspired the myth of the unicorn. Arabian settlers saw them for the first time and they thought that they were a horse with one horn because they were looking at them from the side. Their horns are perfectly symmetrical, so when you look at them from the side, it looks like they only have one horn. On the left-hand side, we have some black wildebeest, and we also have some oudads, also known as the Barbary sheep. These guys are actually a type of mountain goat from Africa, found in the Atlas Mountains. Males have large horns and a large beard underneath their neck. On the right-hand side, there's some more black wildebeest, also known as the white-tailed. These guys were critically endangered a few decades ago, but there were 2 ranches on Africa that still had 2 populations left. Those populations were introduced and bred with one another, and they're no longer endangered today. On the far right, there's some of our sable antelope. These guys are really cool. They actually, while most animals would run away from a lion, these guys will charge at a lion and use those horns to flick it in the air. They're fearless, and they're like the guard dogs of our Serengeti grasslands. The ostrich is saying thank you to them right now, doing a thank you dance for them. On the left-hand side, we have some more ostrich eggs. They can weigh up to 3 pounds, and 1 ostrich egg is the equivalent of 2 dozen chicken eggs. Just imagine the omelet you can make with that. But it would be pretty hard, though. An ostrich egg is so tough. If you stood on top of an ostrich egg, it would not break. It's that strong. All right, everyone, welcome to the King's Land. And we're not going to England right now, we're going to Lion Land. We're going to be seeing we're going to see our small pride of lions just up ahead. A group of lions is called a pride. And a pride is mainly made up of 1, 2, or a few males, many females, and their young, also known as cubs. We're taking a special route today. We're going to be going through a special section that doesn't have any fencing. Don't worry, we still have a 30-foot concrete wall and a large ditch in between us. Not that the lions should be interested at all. These guys sleep for 18 hours every day. Lions do that to conserve energy. Also, so they just like lying around. I'm so sorry about that one. It's low-hanging fruit, but it's pretty delicious food. So these are our lionesses. That is the name of our female lion. Our boy lions have large manes around their neck. Those manes are used to protect their necks from the life of other lions, and males exhibit how healthy, strong, and dominant they are. The older a male lion is, the bigger his mane is. So all the girl lions do all the catching of the pride. They do all the poaching shopping, getting any zebra, wildebeest, or antelope they can find. But they only have a 25% success rate when catching prey. That's because they have a reduced cardio system compared to other predators. So they need to rely on a stealth in order to get food. Some lions will wait and hide somewhere while others will chase the prey towards the other ones. When they get close enough, that's when they pounce. So in lions, the boys always eat first, followed by the lionesses, and then the cubs, who require the least amount of meat. So lions are actually experiencing a bit of a conservation problem right now, as farmers in Africa are trying to protect their cattle. Do you remember the red and woolly cattle? Lions may try to go after that sometimes, and farmers will try to get rid of lions in order to protect their animals. Personally, if I was a farmer, I would not be working where there would be lions. That just seems counterintuitive. I'm not lying about that. Sorry about all the lions out there, but try to bear with me now. Speaking of bears, look where we're going next. Welcome to Black Bear Ridge, everyone. Here we're going to be seeing some of our American black bears. I bet you can barely wait to see them. I got a million more just like that.
They're unbearable.
Thank you! Yeah! Alright, so American black bears can be found in almost every state in the United States except for one. Does everyone know what that one is? Oh no, a lot of them are in New Jersey, actually. In fact, me and my dad, so one time we heard about a bear in New Jersey, we went out in a car looking for it. Don't go looking out for bears, everyone. They're actually not found in Hawaii. That's because they can't swim all the way out into the ocean to go there. They would barely be able to make it. Black bears around here. Despite the name black bear, they actually come in a few different fur colors, ranging from black to brown, to cinnamon and blonde. may be able to see some of the bears on the perches. Black bears have very short, very sharp, and pointed claws. They use those to help climb up trees by gripping onto the bark. Well, if you look on the left over here, you can see some of our baby bears out and about. See them? One of the cubs is on top of the cage. The other two are nearby mom in the lower left corner. See them? Look how cute they are. Go Cub Scouts. So when a baby bear is born, oh, look at them go. Let them go, everyone. When a baby bear is born, it is born only 1 foot long and it can't see or hear. It can barely see or hear. Oh, and the mother will actually give birth to her cubs during hibernation. So she's asleep through the whole thing. Lucky. Don't worry, her cubs will wake her up by making a humming noise to let her know that they're hungry and need milk. We have some more black bears on the right-hand side. Together. You may notice one of our ponds over here is very green. That's not algae, it's a type of lily pad called duckweed. It's a very small lily pad that grows in large numbers. The bears like to go in there and eat some of that. It's like pea soup for them. Isn't it a little late for hibernation there? Our perches over here provide lots of good shade for the bears. On a nice hot day like today, they either like to rest here or take a dip in the pool. As we leave Black Bear Ridge, we will now be moving on to our European brown bears. These guys are going to be a little bit different than our black bears. They're going to be much bigger. Brown coats, longer muzzles. They're going to be, and they're also going to have long claws instead of the. Well, the black bears had short hook claws. Brown bear claws are like this. But they're probably longer than your own fingers. And they're used like shovels to dig up the ground searching for food. I can barely wait to show them to you. Now, a lot of people think our European brown bears are grizzly bears, but that's not true. Grizzly bears originate from North America, and despite how big our European brown bears are, grizzly bears are much bigger. A little something to bear in mind. European brown bears are found in Europe. They're also very widespread in other Pacific continents. Yeah, we have a few turtles in our pond over here. They also like to eat the duckweed. In fact, the duckweed is also edible for humans as well. So if you ever go to Stop and Shop and you see some, or if you order some online, try it out. All right, everyone, coming up, welcome to Terra Ursus, also known as the Land of the Bears in Latin. We are certainly going to the land of the bears. On the right, you can see the rest of our construction being done. Once again, can't wait to see it when it's done. Alright, everyone, we are now in the land of the bears. Our bears will be just up ahead. You may see them lying down on some rocks nearby the shade, or strolling around the edge of the park. I can see them just up ahead. If you look on your left-hand side, that's where you can see them. Over there. Over there. There's one of them, napping in the shade right here on the left-hand side. Here you'll see some of our younger bears. These guys are the teenage equivalent of bears. And they're already getting pretty big. See how they're using their claws to dig around in the soil over there? They're trying to search for insects to eat. Just like our black bears, these guys are opportunistic omnivores. They require a little more protein in their diet compared to the black bears. You may notice a lot of our bears are resting right now. Every winter, bears go into hibernation, which is where they eat a lot during fall, and then they sleep all through winters, surviving off the fat storage that they built up. However, since we provide our bears with a steady diet of food every year, these guys do not need to hibernate. So they're up all year round, or about as up as they usually are. Just look over on the left over here. of our bears are looking a little shaggy right now. That's because just like the bison and the elk, they also shed a little bit of their hair when it gets warmer out. There's our bear pond. It might be a little bit, bear with me everyone, it might be a little smelly around here. That's because the bears often leave a lot of their food in the lake, and it'll leave a smell behind when it rises to the surface. They barely clean up after themselves. These guys have no manners. It's honestly embarrassing. Well, if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see some of our bear cubs and their mom. Oh, they're giving each other a bear hug right now. Oh, bear hugs. These guys are practicing for when they get older. When they get older, they're going to have to be able to defend themselves.
Stop it. Damn.
I can barely tell who's winning. Mom, aren't you going to do something about that? Approaching the end of the bears. Say bear well to everyone. We barely knew ya. Wait, what am I talking about? I've been telling you guys bear facts all day. We know about bears. Alright everyone, we're now entering our New Jersey conservation area. When we opened the park, we dedicated 50 acres of space to just pure New Jersey wildlife. All native plants, all native animals, they're all right here. You have to get a lot of wild animals around here, like white-tailed deer, red foxes, opossums, groundhogs, and many other species. I've even been told that we've gotten a pair of bald eagles nesting here for generations. We have to have a lot of aquatic plants here too. They end up absorbing a lot of the natural heat of the area, so as a result, it's going to get pretty cold around here. Get ready for the AC blast, everyone. Oh yeah, that feels good. Here's the aquatic plants I was talking about. Say thank you to the plants for making it nice and cool around here. We also make a nice shelter for our aquatic animals like our turtles, our painted turtles, linear sliders, even snapping turtles. On the right-hand side, you may see a collection of sticks and logs. That was actually built by a beaver. It's a huge beaver dam over here. We're now on the other side of the world, everyone. We're now in Australia. Welcome to Didgeridoo Pass. Named after the didgeridoo of an Australian instrument made from the eucalyptus tree. Here we're going to be seeing our emus and our red kangaroos, the largest marsupials in the world. Marsupials are pouched mammals, and so they raise their young in the pouches. You'll be able to see them on the left-hand side, here by the bottom of the hill. The white kangaroos are called yaks, and they have red fur. The females are called gills, and they have gray fur. Does anyone know what a baby kangaroo is called? Joeys, yeah. On the right-hand side, we have some of our emus, the third and last rat types that we have here at Six Flags. But unlike the other birds, these are the only ones that have a calf muscle. As a result, they're able to run at high speeds of 30 miles per hour, and they have a very powerful tick that they use to protect themselves against predators, like dingoes. On the right-hand side, we have some more kangaroos napping in the shade. They may be pretty tired right now, but when they're up, so they can certainly move. Kangaroos can actually jump 20 feet in a single bound and jump 10 feet in the air. They can jump right through this open space of the truck and land on the other side. There they are. So kangaroos have a very muscular tail. They can often use like a third leg, and they can actually balance on that tail and use their other two legs to kick out. Males will do that to assert dominance. And then up on the left, we have some more emus. Has anyone seen Jurassic Park? For the CGI giant of the velociraptors, they base that walking movement off of the emu. If you see them walking, you'll see what I mean. These guys do walk like dinosaurs. Here we have some more kangaroos. You know something cool about kangaroos? A mother kangaroo can actually hold her pregnancy for up to 3 months if conditions aren't good or if there's not enough food around. When conditions are good and there is food around, then they will start the pregnancy again. Zoom play. We now leave Australia and now we enter Asia. We are going to see the largest big cat. Say hi to Bob, everyone. We are now going to be seeing our tigers. Despite being a big cat, these guys have a big problem. There are only 2,600 tigers left in the world. Wild. These guys are endangered species. Threatened by poaching and habitat loss. On the right hand side you can see our Bengal tiger. She's 20 years old and she has a golden tabby fur coloration. Bengal tigers are the only subspecies of tigers that have unique fur coloration, ranging from orange with black stripes, white with black stripes, pure white, and the golden tabby as you've seen. So those fur colorations don't really help much in the wild as it makes them easier to spot. And being able to camouflage your surroundings is very important if you're a tiger. Be able to sneak up on prey without being seen. Now we're coming up to see our Siberian tigers, the largest of the tigers. So one of our mothers here actually gave birth to 5 cubs, which is unheard of for quite a while. But that was good as it ended up raising the Siberian tiger population up by 1%. We have an entire 1% of the Siberian tiger population right here. There they are. These are the 5 cubs I was talking about. Now they're all grown up. Their mother is in the other enclosure on the left-hand side. In the wild, tigers would never get in large groups like this. They're solitary animals, and they would save 50 miles of territory to just themselves. But since these guys were siblings and were raised together, they get along very well. Or about as well as siblings usually get along. You know how siblings are. When tigers do get together, the tigers is known as an antler. See how these guys have a pool? Tigers actually like water. In fact, sometimes they'll hide in water when sneaking up on prey. Antelopes or other animals may be like, oh, we'll be fine in this water over here. Cats don't like water. We're not going to see a tiger. See what I mean? Say, do any of you guys want to help out tigers? So just like the Scimitar Horndorex, the tigers are also part of the Save the Icons event, and they're also featured on our pins. So when you stop by the gift shop later today, make sure to show your stripes and get yourself Save the Icon pin to show your support for the tigers. You'll be feline good afterwards. Did it feel good, feline? If you get the pin, I'll stop making animal jokes. I promise. They're now coming up to the rest of our Asian section of the park. Here we're going to be seeing a lot more Asian stock animals. Coming up on the left-hand side, we have our herd of Blackbucks. So earlier we saw a few in the African section, but these guys are from Asia. They can run at speeds of 50 miles per hour. They're some of the fastest animals that we have here. Males have dark black coloring, it's named Blackbuck, but the females and the young all have tan-colored coats. You can see some of the calves down there as well. A baby Blackbuck will be able to run within an hour after being born. That's how they keep up with the herd and stay safe. Sorry for the wind noises, everyone. I'm doing a very good wind impression right now. Over on the far left, you can see our nilgai. Nilgai are an Asian species of antelope. They're actually the main prey item for the tiger, but since tigers are endangered, these guys have had a population worldwide. We also have some more oodads of Barbary sheep on the left side. Once again, they're actually mountain goats. You can actually see some of their kids over there. Sometimes they like to go up to the mountain range over here and climb on the rocks. Their hooves are specially designed for rock climbing. Up on the hill on the right is one of our llamas. Say hi to our wardens, everyone. Alright everyone, we are now approaching Baboon Village. Back during the self-driving days of Six Flags, people would drive in here in their own cars, and the baboons would jump on the car and steal people's cars and damage the windshield wipers. They'd never get the windows clean again. Now luckily we've made some changes since then, which with the trucks, and we now have fencing around the baboons to make sure they can't jump on the vehicle anymore. So we can expect no more monkey business from the baboons, quite literally. So our baboons are olive baboons, named after the olive-colored hair that they have. And a troop of baboons is known as a troop. That's not a baboon. That's a blue heron. Here's our baboons. These guys are in the grass right now, foraging for food. Baboons are omnivores, meaning they eat both plants and meat, just like us. These guys will eat flowers, seeds, fruits, but they'll even go after small animals and even small gazelles if they can find them. They have pretty sharp teeth too. Their canine teeth are 3 to 4 inches long. That's longer than a leopard. In fact, they'll even chase off leopards or other predators if they feel threatened. Most of the time, though, males will keep a lookout in a perch while everyone else will be on the ground. They'll issue a barking call to alert the other members, and they'll jump onto the nearest perch or tree to stay safe. Here, we actually provided a piece of roller coaster as a perch for them. See? That used to be part of the Great American Scream Machine. Now it's the Great Baboon Machine. Installed a hammock, and these guys love hanging out around here, giving a good lookout of the park. We often recycle a lot of things to use into our animals' enclosures. This is about as close as we'll get to seeing baboons on a roller coaster. We also recycled some fire hosing for the netting, and we even used it for a swing. However, they rarely use it though. You know how hard it is to carry that thing there? That used to be part of the gift shop, actually. Look, as we make this turn around here, coming up on the right-hand side on this hill are some of our yaks. Yaks are native to Eastern Asia and Mongolia, found in mountainous regions. They use their thick coats to keep themselves warm in snowy conditions. There are 13,000 in the wild, over 14 million in farms, where they're farmed for their coats, their clothes, and for their milk, which is used to make a nice rich cream. Alright everyone, we're now approaching our final gate. Say hi to our gatekeeper, everyone. Alright everyone, that concludes our tour. That concludes our safari for today. Thank you so much for coming to Six Flags Great Adventure. It was my pleasure being your tour guide for today. You guys were such a great group. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you to my mom for coming to support me. So make sure to go to our Discovery Center later today. We actually have some cheetahs, horses, and even sea lions up there as well. So we still have some more animals to show you. Make sure to check out our reptile house. We have some more scaly friends for you to see. And don't forget to go to Safari Outfitters, our gift shop, where you'll be able to get our Save the Icon pins. Once again, thank you guys so much for coming to Six Flags. And thank you so much for coming on our safari. Before we pull in, make sure you have a wallet with you. Keep your seatbelts on. Once I give you the all clear, you'll be good to take off your seatbelts. But until then, stay seated, everyone. We need to make sure it's nice and safe when we make it to our station. Hold on, everyone. We're pulling in. Hey, everyone. All clear. All clear, everyone. You may unbuckle your seatbelts, gather your belongings, and you may exit on the right side. Please watch your step on the way out. Thank you so much for coming to Six Flags. Have a great day and have an even greater adventure. This is CreatureCal signing off.